Welcome to the Weather Centre. As we start to wrap up the work week, the morning starts off with some fog along the eastern escarpment of Mpumalanga, Limpopo and even KwaZulu-Natal. We're also expecting some light rain over the southern part of South Africa with a windy day over South Africa's interior. We're expecting cloudy weather with rainfall for KwaZulu-Natal as well as some rain along the eastern Cape Coast, and in the afternoon we'll see thundershowers forming in the northeast, but particularly over the eastern interior. For the northern Cape, we can expect a sunny Friday. Now, the South African Weather Service have issued a watch for the possibility of severe thunderstorm developments on Friday, with potentially large hail and damaging winds extending from the northwest all the way through to parts of KwaZulu-Natal. On our rainfall probability map, you'll see scattered thundershowers and showers extending in a band from the northwest through Gauteng and into Mpumalanga, as well as the interior part of KwaZulu-Natal, with up to a 60% chance of rain along the KZN coast and a 40% chance of rain along the eastern Cape coastline, with isolated thundershowers for parts of Limpopo. On our maximum temperature map, you'll see a hot day for Mahikeng at 33 degrees, with maximums peaking in the upper 20s for Gauteng. Cool over the far eastern part of South Africa due to that cloudy and wet weather. 19 degrees for Bombela, around 20 along the KZN coast, with Pietermaritzburg and Bishu expecting a high of 17. 19 for Port Elizabeth and East London, warm for Uppington and Kimberley at 28, and a mild Friday in store in Cape Town at 23 degrees. Along the west coast, we're expecting moderate beach conditions for Langebaan and Alexander Bay, with fresh winds in the forecast. A moderate southeaster is expected for Namaqualand and Lambert's Bay, so good beach conditions there, with a 2 meters southwesterly swell. In the southwest, we're expecting good beach conditions for the Cape Town Atlantic side, with a moderate southerly to southeasterly wind. We're forecasting strong southeasterly winds for Cape Agulhas, so poor beach conditions there, and moderate for False Bay and Hermanus, both with fresh winds in the forecast, with a 3.5 meter swell and wave heights between 4 and 6 feet. Moderate beach conditions are expected for Mussel Bay and Plettenberg Bay, with a fresh east-southeasterly wind. We're expecting more of an easterly flow as we head towards Jeffreys Bay and Port Elizabeth, both with the possibility of rainfall, with a 3 meter southerly swell. Cloudy and wet weather results in poor beach conditions along the east coast, with an onshore component to the wind, with light moderate winds between the Wild Coast and Richards Bay, but fresh winds in the forecast for East London, and along the east coast we'll see a 1.5 meter southerly swell. That's all from the Weather Centre for now. Have a super Friday.